Wood, smoking all my dragons, divine righteous, almighty greats, overachieving, never slacking. I like this whole kind of dark look right now I got with the lights off. How it's like all this shade around me. It's like this natural effect. I love it, right? Got the window kind of open, so it's like it just looks cool, right? But with that being said, I actually seen my mom listening to this. She was watching a performance of Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. I've never heard anything about this, didn't know what it was. She's like, hey, you should definitely react to this on your YouTube. I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. Doesn't sound too bad. I heard a little bit of it from what she was listening to. She said it was a big hit back in the day. So I figured, hey, let me hop into it. With that being said, we got Tracy Chapman, Fast Car. I know who is it? Somebody I forgot. It was a Jelly Roll or somebody just somebody I guess brought the song back. So let me catch up on that real quick. Was it Jelly Roll Fast? I think it was. Yup, it was Jelly Roll Fast Car. So he pretty much brought it back. Brought it back. So let me go and before I even hear his, let me go and tap into the classic. Original link in the description. Let's do it.
You get a fast car.
Mm.
I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove.
Ooh.
You get a fast car. I got a plan to get us out of here. Been working at the convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living. See, my old man's got a problem. Yeah, but the bottle, that's the way it is. He says his body's too old for working. His body's too young to look like his. My mama went off and left him. She wanted more from life than he could give. I said, somebody's got to take care of him. So I quit school and that's what I did. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way.
Mm.
So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car. We go cruise and entertain ourselves. Still ain't got a job. Now work in the market as a checkout girl. I know things will get better. You'll find work and I'll get promoted. We'll move out of the shelter, buy a bigger house and live in the suburbs. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car. I got a job that pays all our bills. Instead of drinking late at the bar, see more your friends than you do your kids. I'd always hope for better. Thought maybe together you and me find it. I got no plans, I ain't going nowhere. take your fast car and keep on driving. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast, I felt like I was drunk. City lights lay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so you can fly away? You gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way.
Oh, I did not mean to do that. That was one of those songs. It's like you got people who write songs, right? They make songs. Then you got people who really make songs, like from the heart, straight from the heart. So what I find very interesting about this song is Tracy Chapman. She said that when she wrote this, she didn't necessarily even know what she was writing about. Right? She said she was just writing. Uh, she said there was a like when I looked more into it, she said there was a puppy. Right? There was like a puppy she had next to her. I'm not sure if she said if it was like a dachshund or, but she had a puppy next to her, and she was up writing this song back in the '80s, and she said she didn't realize till later on what she was writing about, which when she put it together, it really was her parents and their struggles on pretty much trying to make it out their struggles, and it's crazy how things like that work. When we're younger, we may not realize uh, things we draw art about or things that we sing about or rap about in music. We may not realize till we're older what we were actually talking about. We may think we're just making a song or we're just drawing a picture, but the more self work that we do, right, and the more that we really grow and we're able to analyze ourselves and kind of go into our subconscious and be like, okay, I see why I did that at that specific time in my life. Back then, I may have had no clue why I was doing what I was doing, but now that I'm older and I've grown and I've had self reflection, I can see it from a different perspective. And that is the importance of growth too, because I feel like the way a lot of people are living now, like they're in a fast car, right? Uh, it's not too much time for self reflection. And when you look at so many artists, especially let's say in the genre of rap or many artists that have just lived like I said like they're in a fast car, drugs, violence, this and that, and we see them leave this earth young. It's sad because they never really got to get to a point where they've grown to be older to really have that self reflection and look back on their music and say, okay, I know it may sound like I was talking about this, but now that I'm older, man, I think I was really talking about this specific situation in my life because life is like it's like a puzzle piece that we're constantly just putting together. The more that we grow, you got to grow to see it from these different perspectives. Now, what else is interesting to me is how Tracy Chapman in an article I read said that people would come up to her and be like you telling my story. You're telling my story, and that's what great music does. When you could speak from the soul like that and it be so genuine, yes, people are gonna feel like you are telling their story because in a sense you have become that you have become an oracle at that point where you are now you are now speaking this code. You're speaking this language, that this universal language that so many people can relate to, because there's so many people that are going through a similar situation, because you're talking from the soul. You're not just talking from a place of ego, right? So, and that's once again what makes a diehard fan, is somebody who feels like you are not just speaking for yourself, but you are speaking for them. And now they feel like, wow, like they're really getting something from it, because you're telling their story to the point where they feel like are you in their mind, right? And that goes to show we're all connected to a certain degree. I truly believe that, no matter how different we are, or the backgrounds we come from. I also seen Tracy Chapman was raised in Cleveland, and like I'm from a small town, right? And this song, this song definitely resonates, because there's that gray area when, high school is over, and people are deciding you got certain people that are already, of course, like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But then there's that gray area with a lot of people where they're deciding, do I want to do this, do I want to do that, do I want to do this, do I want to do that, do I want to go to the military, do I want to just get in a car and drive to California. There's that gray area. And I feel like I feel like I really resonated with this, because the town I'm from, like so many towns across America, went from being, that having that hometown feeling, to just falling hard, to the point where places like our friendlies that I grew up going to is now knocked down. Right across the street was a Pizza Hut, now knocked down. My favorite pet store is now been gone. Just Kmart, just an empty lot that looks completely just like a just no man's land. And just so it's like, when you're seeing these happening, while when you're seeing all this happen while you're in the middle of that gray area, um songs like this are really get to you, because it's like, yo, should I just get in that fast car, when you're with your friends, or when you're with somebody and you just get in a car. Some people, you may get this feeling alone. You just get in a car and you just driving, and you just feel like the world's in your hands. So it's like, at that point, when you're in that gray area and you seeing everything around you, kind of, you don't want to stay in this town, but at the same time you don't want to leave your people. You're at that crossroads, which this song expresses for so many people, being at that crossroads, like, okay, should I just get in this, and should I just get in this car, hop on this bus, and just go and never look back, and just, or should I just stay and just like, what if I stay and then I'd be stuck with this forever, end up getting comfortable, and and in this song, I also heard people saying, I also heard that everyone has kind of their own uh, interpretation for the song, but guess what? Everybody's right. Everybody's correct, and I think that's what makes this song so beautiful, is that everybody gets a piece of something from it. Like, it hits people differently, but the main important factor is the fact that it hits people. It hits people. Like I said, for me, it hits that gray area in my life, where it's just like, damn, should I do this or should I do that? And I can only imagine back in the 80s when this dropped, and there was no, I guess, social media. Because, my generation, we have it, it's like 50-50. We have it easy, then we have it hard. We have it easier because we have access to so much. YouTube's a school. We can go on YouTube and we could be ahead of the game. We could, I want to get into welding. Let me go study welding on YouTube before I even take classes. Let me go da 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 da. Let me figure things out. Back in the 80s, you had to read. You had to, you didn't have the social media right here like that. So when you were deciding what you should do, uh, it must have seemed so much harder in that gray area, because like nowadays you have so much more access to celebrities. It was Twitter. Now you could just, like, you'll see celebrities hitting people back. Everything's there's so much stories of people just overnight success, overnight just blowing up. So much independent people just rising on social media platforms. So it's easier for someone in that gray area to say, you know what, I'm gonna do my own thing and rise independently. Whereas in the '80s, you didn't have that. You want to write a celebrity or something, fan mail. I mean, you had to really do it the old school way. So I can only imagine in the '80s. Let me give my respects to you guys. It must have been so much harder to be in that gray area back then because it was harder to see. You didn't just have that just straight visual like in your palm every second. You couldn't just instantly talk to somebody uh in London or Australia or Germany so quickly and figure things out if you wanted to go visit over there. You didn't have all these videos that could just tell you what's life like in Germany, or I moved to Germany, this is it. You didn't have people laying out the blueprint for you every 2 seconds. You couldn't just go on YouTube. So I give you guys my respects for sure, because you guys had to really figure it out. With being in that gray area back in the day, seemed like it would have been so much harder because it really everything was like rolling the dice, and not knowing and not really seeing a blueprint other than word of mouth, maybe. But you couldn't really sit back and just watch people tell their stories as much. So I hope I dived into this uh enough for you guys, and I hope this was definitely enjoyable for you guys out there that just love great music, you guys and girls. So with that being said, this song was definitely amazing. Loved it. Actually reminds me of this movie in the 90s. I can't think of the name, but if anybody can, if I will pin your comment to the top if you can catch this movie, right? Where my movie fans at. They were at this, it was like high school, it was like the end of high school. They're at this party. This is a 90s movie, and this party is getting wild, whatever, and this girl gets locked in the bathroom with somebody. Right? She gets locked in the bathroom. Something happens. She's stuck in the bathroom with him. If I'm not mistaken, I think they started to like each other in that bathroom, right? After being stuck in there so long, like all night, and they started to vent their problems. But that's that gray area I'm talking about. Like everybody's kind of just like there's always that gray area after high school, even a little before it, right? But if you can name that movie, I will pin that to the comment. With that being said, much love. If you want more videos like this, hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification bell. Everybody enjoy your day. And it was my pleasure with this song, for sure.